Donald Trump too old to be the president? All right, folks, what's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. So Donald Trump is going to be 80 years old in a few days from now in June. Okay, so is that a concern? Yes or no? Let's check this out, folks. All right, so like I said, the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, will be 80 years old in June, which is a few days from now. All right, so the major concern for somebody would be, wait a second, 80 years old, okay, yes, it looks like a big number, but not necessarily, folks. Thinking this way, his hands are moving, right, folks? Okay, he's able to walk, okay, and the good part is he's not going somewhere wrong, okay? What does that mean? Okay, thinking this way, if somebody's 70 years old or 80 years old or 90 years old, and the door is right there, the person is going this way, okay, I'll be really scared. I'll be concerned. So at this point, I don't think that's a major issue. Like I said, if you watch him on TV, folks, he's able to speak, he's able to get ready, he's able to stand, he's able to talk. So yes, 80 sounds like a big number, but not necessarily, folks. And I'll look at this one. Another story which comes up is, oh, Ronaldo is too old to play in the World Cup. Okay, I know it's slightly different. This is soccer. Messi is too old to play in the World Cup. Okay, yes, I understand it's soccer, but they're still playing. They'll be playing very soon in the World Cup. Okay, which starts a week from now. So yes, it looks like a big number, 80, which he will be very soon, but not necessarily, folks. Like I said, again, it's hard to speculate something. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. It's hard to go inside somebody's mind. But thinking this way, right, folks? If you had a president, I'll just make an example, president of the United States right now, Donald Trump, he doesn't show up on TV for like 2 months, okay? Okay, that would be a major concern, right? He doesn't show up on TV for 4 weeks, or he does no press conferences, okay? What does that mean? Okay, that would be a big concern. Well, that could be like, let's just somebody's really sick, right? And that person, he or she is not able to even get up from the bed, right? Or not able to take care of themselves, right? But now let's look at this part, right? President over here, Donald Trump, wears the suit, he shows up, he's on TV, he's able to talk properly. Okay, what does that mean? Talk properly. Okay, folks, if you ever go to Walmart, shop, right, and sometimes if you talk to like seniors in your family or anybody else, sometimes even as young adults, we mumble, right? We can't say things correctly, right? So at this point, yes, Donald Trump is going to be almost 80, he's 79, but he's able to form sentences and speak, so not really a major concern. Yes, some people will try to use this as something against him and say, oh, well, everybody, he's 80 years old, he's too old to be the president. Not necessarily, folks. Again, as long as I personally think he's able to walk, move his hands, move his legs, able to form sentences correctly, like I said, okay? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm doing good here. Okay, so if you can form that sentence, but imagine if that president or even Donald Trump was mumbling all the time, right? So that would be like, I think, a major concern for me. I'm sure for most Americans, or maybe nothing for no American. They'll be like, whatever, who cares? As long as he's there. But that's not really a major concern at this point at all. Yes, he's almost 80, but again, able to form sentences, able to do press conferences, right, folks? Okay, that's the most important thing. People can see him, right? People can talk to him. He's able to have interviews and discuss about topics or whatever the questions or concerns are, right? What about tariffs, anything else? But thinking this way, like I said, folks, if the president of the United States of America, right, is not able to talk properly, not able to make sentences, okay, maybe somewhat like a speech disorder, I don't want to say that, or like I said, again, walks in and looks like he is collapsing. Okay, that's not happened, by the way. That's the good part, right? You think in this with President Donald Trump, almost 80 years old, so far, at least I've never seen him like falling somewhere, okay, or just crashing somewhere, okay, or just, losing balance and just thinking, hey, I just lost control, okay, because sometimes you could lose control. So far that not happened yet. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. But folks, what do you all think about it? Should 80 Like 80, is that almost 80 years old? Is that a major concern for you, right? Is that a major concern? If you think 80 years old or more for president of the United States of America is too much, put thumbs up. If you think 80, 90, 87, 91, 92, 101 is completely fine, show me thumbs up. We want to listen for you. It's a very tricky topic, and this has been coming up a lot. A lot of people saying, hey, wait a second, we should have, it's somewhat like a cap maybe, right? But think it this way. If I'm not mistaken, to run for president, you have to be 35, right? So why are they doing that then, right? So we should maybe let 18 years old, once you turn 18, right, you should be allowed to run for president. Why are we like holding younger, adults from running for president? We are stopping them and say, wait a second, sir, ma'am, you have to be 35 years old before you pick up that petition and start running and collecting your signatures and whatever you have to do. So if they're stopping, they're pushing the date to 35. So then why would 80 be a concern, right? Folks, do you all agree with me? Maybe if you agree with me, show me thumbs up. If you disagree with me, it's fine. Show me thumbs down. So age is one factor, but it's, excuse me, I personally don't think it's a major factor at this point, okay? Major factors I will be really concerned, like I said again, is if president shows up, Donald Trump, he's falling, okay? Or he's going in the wrong places, okay? Not able to navigate himself, okay? That doesn't seem to be the problem. Or not able to raise his hands, okay? Talking, okay? Hand signs, okay? Touch, show, okay? That would be a major concern, right? Or falling asleep, okay? Well, okay. Falling asleep, okay? While talking, just falling asleep, that will be a major concern, right? Like, oh, okay. Did you just fall asleep now? Okay. So that has not happened yet, unless if I'm mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you have seen some places where this is happening. So I personally don't think 80 is a major factor at all. He's going to be 80 years old. Most important thing, he's able to walk. He looks good, at least to me on TV, folks. I don't know if how he looks right now. I haven't met him in person. I did meet him in person many years ago, right before he was the president. So hard to say one factor, but also somewhat like a kind of a tricky factor, because yes, a lot of time people are coming back. And the same topic was when Joe Biden was the president. Remember, folks? Oh, Joe Biden is too old. Joe Biden is too old. Okay, it doesn't seem like he's fit. It's fine. He decided to end his campaign. He kind of, got out of the race, but fine. But Joe Biden was kind of, if you remember watching his debate, he was kind of a little bit mumbling, folks, right? So that was a major concern, okay? And his energy and his voice kind of sound like it was really going down. So hard to compare both of them. So at this point, I personally don't think it's a major factor at all to be, he's almost 80 for him to be the president. Folks, if you think Donald Trump's age is a factor, important factor, not an important factor, please let me know, and please put your comments at the bottom, and please press the subscribe button. Thank you.